Welcome to Yeshiva Daf. We're holding in Metzia Daf from Gimel, Shir Sponsor, Nishbas Arbiak Sholem, and Lab Basitzchok. We're starting from base and we base towards the bottom. The Gemara tells us, Gufo. Omar Chizkiah. We learned what Chizkiah said, Ma'aseh Sheni, Sheni B'Shvei Pruto. First says Ma'aseh Sheni, less than a Pruto. So he says, the Ma'aseh will be Mechulol on other monies that I have, meaning, he already was mafresh, as we're going to see in a moment. He was mafresh meiser on money. He was mechalel meiser on money. He redeemed meiser for money. And that he did already originally. Now he wants to be mafresh, to be mechalel other meiser. That's less than a pruto. He used the original money. Why? Who said the original money has room for more? So he said, so when every time you redeem meiser sheni, you put it on money, you don't do it exact, you do it with a little bit more money than what you need. So you have that extra use for what's less than Shalom Pruto. Second one, Metzia brings a question. Hatruma ve'abikurim. So this Mishnah is talking about Truma and Bikurim. We compare Bikurim to Truma, as Rashi points out. Bikurim is also called Truma. Bikurim is the first fruit that you find, that you bring from the tree to Yerushalayim. The Truma is what you give to the Kohen, which is 2% of the Tvu of the grain. So these have a special thing more than Meiser. What are they special thing more than Meiser? Chayvim aleim miso v'choymish. A person eats it, b'mezid is chayav miso, and b'sheni he needs to pay an extra 25% above what he ate. Continues the Gemara from Gimel Dal v'asur l'zorim. Someone who's a zar is not allowed to eat truma and bikurim. And says Rashi, what's the chiddush to tell you the meiser you do allow a zar to eat it? That's a big difference. So he says over here another explanation. It belongs to the Kohen can do with it whatever he wants. Tries to discuss what exactly does he mean. Is he allowed to buy anything he wants or not? So he says the Soni soon there abundantly we restrict the Kohen from doing things. Meaning when he gets mixed up with 100 fruits of chulin, so then they are butter. Oily means because you take out one connected the one that fell. Meaning you have truma that fell into 100 fruits of chulin. So it's okay, you're allowed to eat the chulin, but take out one fruit out, and that will be in lieu of the truma that fell. Usually we go batal b'roiv, or echad mishishim, need 60, here you need 100 by truma. And the Gemara is going to come and address this in a moment. You have to wash your hands in order to says Taisus, touch truma. By meiser, you don't have to wash your hands to touch meiser. Ve'ha'av shemesh. Shemesh means once a person is tummy, he's not allowed to eat the truma. Not only when he goes to the mikveh, he needs to wait for the evening to come down. He needs to have ha'av shemesh. Now, like meiser, that once he goes to the mikveh, he's okay. However, the truma bikurim, that's all this list of the truma bikurim, masha'inkin and meiser. Meiser doesn't have this list, as we mentioned. Ma'ashe'inkin and meiser. Which part? The more than that is going to refer to the mixer. What do we say that by truma we need to have 100? Meiser is different. Lamechal the meiser batal beruba. Masha meiser, meiser that it falls into chulin, it's batal roiv. He means to the chizkiah, and according to chizkiah, the what? That you have a solution. So if you have meiser that falls into chulin, it's batal, right? What will be the case? So what is the case? We're talking about. It says Rashi, talk about a meiser that has no solution. I can redeem it. Why? If there is a solution, so anything that you could fix it, you don't do bitul b'rav. That's always the rule of learning Maseches Beitza. So what's what we're talking about? We're talking about he has a tumah, says Rashi, right? If it will be shor pruto, just redeem it for money. And if it's not tameh, just bring it to Yerushalayim. But it's tameh, so you can't bring it to Yerushalayim. It doesn't have a pruta to redeem it. So what do you have? The only thing that you have is that you have to be batal b'roiv. You see the chizkiah, but if you have the solution of chizkiah, you could always connect it to the previous meiser. How about dovish material? It is dovish material. Chol dovish material for the bad, but even 1,000 doesn't cancel it, right? So what's the more saying? What's it like this? You're saying that if I have meiser sheni less than a pruto, and it's tummy, I don't have any other solution to it except that I'm canceling it in roiv. So more, why not? You could always add it to an existing meiser sheni, as Chizkiah says. So the one remind the masha'inkin and meiser the batal b'ruah. Who said the meiser? You say batal b'ruah. Maybe that's what it means. It means to say truma you can cancel 1 by 100. Ma'aser, you can't count on it at all because Dov is just a material. So, you can't say that. The Kabet Truma, Chumri the Truma Ketani, Kul the Truma Ketani. This Mishnah that we mentioned in the list is all the things that Truma is more Chomer than Ma'aser. So therefore, I want to say what the Truma is more Chomer. So as a Truma, you need 100, Ma'aser, you don't need as much. Not the Ma'aser is more Chomer that you can mevatel it. Similar to Akatani, we have Nichse Koyin. It says in Nechase Koyin, I'm not sure that it belongs to the Koyin to do it wherever you want, and Ma'aser not. So actually, it's a Kul the Yabeh Koyin. So well, you're right. We're not saying only Chumers. But by Ma'aser Sheni, we know it's different. The Tanya reads it's clear in the Brayso. Ma'aser Sheni, Botel, Berubo. Counts on the right. Which Ma'aser Sheni we're talking about? Ma'aser Sheni, B'Shvei Pruta, has no Pruta, B'Shechas Yerushalayim V'Yotzo. So we'll get back in a moment. The one's going to speak about Nichas Yerushalayim V'Yotzo, what exactly is the case. But we're talking about Dov Sheni, B'Shvei Pruta. And it says over there that there it's Botel B'Rev. The Nisa, the Chizkiyo, if there is Chizkiyo, the Chizkiyo just cancel the previous Ma'aser Sheni. Just do it in the first 20. Chizkiyo says, whenever you have a Ma'aser Sheni listed a Pruto, I always have a solution to it. So what the like part. Now the case is he never redeemed Ma'aser Sheni. This is the first Ma'aser Sheni he's ever doing. If he would redeem Ma'aser Sheni, if he has Ma'aser Sheni money, I'm ever doing, because at least this year, he doesn't have money ready for Ma'aser Sheni. He didn't redeem anything else. Says more of a Nasi Ma'aser D'Yisrael in Tzafinu. Maybe, okay, so you have less than a Pruto Ma'aser Sheni, bring another less than a Pruto, join it together, and you'll be fine. So the more the right, so the Rabban Lamitz Dafi. The other Ma'aser Sheni less than a Pruto is Chayav, the Ma'aser Sheni Midorais. This Ma'aser Sheni is Batal B'Rev. So it's Chayav on Midorais. So it's the Ma'aser Sheni part which is the Rabban, the Ma'aser Sheni part which is the right, so you don't join them together. So of a Nasi D'mai, D'mai is a Ma'aser that belongs to Amoritz. They really we assume it's probably okay. But the Rabbanon regards it's only a din Rabbanon. So you have your Ma'aser Sheni Rabbanon. Maybe he'll bring a vad, he'll make a mistake. Instead of bringing a Ma'aser Sheni with vad, people then it's too complicated, it's too detailed. People will make a mistake and they will bring Ma'aser Sheni, which is a vada, and join there with a Ma'aser Sheni, which is mixed here, and then it really doesn't work. So I have a better solution. Take two prutos. Take two prutos. Here I have a solution. Take two prutos. 1.5 you use to the Ma'aser Sheni worth 1.5. Then you have a half extra. Basically, coming to Chizkiya from a different direction. So the one Misova is Pruto Metzia Tofel Shtei Prutos. You want to tell me the Pruto Metzia catches on to 2 prutos means the 1.5 goes to the 2? No, Pruto Tofso Pruto. Pruto of Ma'aser Sheni is going to be redeemed by Pruto of money. The Chatzi Pruto Loi Tofso. The half, extra half, it will be nothing. Why? 1 goes for 1. Half is not obligated. And here comes into the different discussions of the Rishonim. The right Shita is that a half a Pruto, you don't even have to bring to Yerushalayim. Half a Pruto, you can eat it out of Yerushalayim. I mean, it doesn't have any deed, but at least with the Mashra from the Gemara, even if you don't want to go so extreme like the Ravid, half a Pruto, when I have 1.5, 1 will be Mivatel, and the half, it won't be canceled, it won't be redeemed for the Pruto. The half the right, so they're now you're going to join the half with the full, the half that got mixed up with the full, the half that got mixed up that's already in a mixture is Batal B'Rev. It's only Din D'Rabbanan. You want to join with the Pruto, you can't do that. For the right, so D'Rabbanan, let me start. Something more of a Nasi, so forget about 2 Prutos. Bring a big coin called Eser. And this is basically, probably that's the question everybody has in mind when you learn this bar. How does Chizkiya work? What did Chizkiya tell us before? Chizkiya told us that if you're mivatel a Ma'aser Sheni on money, you always have extra. What's the case of the extra? So Rashi tells us, you're talking about taking 1 big coin in Eser. You have much more money over here. He's mivatel some prutas, 2-3 prutas on it, and the rest is extra. So let's do the same thing over here. So you want to do So you want, no, that's not a good solution because people will get mixed up. Instead of bringing a big Eser, a big coin, they'll bring a few small coins, and then it doesn't work because a pruto is without the pruto, anything extra than pruto is not batal, and then I don't really have a solution for the mixture, I just say batal b'rev. Now the word goes on to the words that we mentioned. We mentioned the Bryce, I said before, V'shenichas Yerushalayim v'yotza. Went to Yerushalayim and went out. So one understands talk about something which is even more than a pruto. We had one case of less than a pruto, that was what we spoke about till now. Now you have a thing about pruto, we went to Yerushalayim and then it went out. So then I can't redeem it. So that's what the verse is talking about. Something more of a why don't you just bring it back to Yerushalayim? Something more b'shinitmo. They gave Tommy. V'nifrike, so can we redeem it right now? Tommy blows v'nayim ma'is hashem shinitmo shepoy dimoisoi. When Yam ma'is hashem became Tommy, you redeem it. When that from Gimel base, I feel Yerushalayim, even if it's in Yerushalayim. Don't tell me once it came to Yerushalayim, I'm not going to redeem it anymore. If it's Tommy, you do. Sheneimar, kiloi suchal say so. It says in the Torah, when do you redeem it? When you can't carry it to Yerushalayim, and you darshin. They say, you can't eat it. You don't have to only a case you can't carry to Yerushalayim. Also, you can't eat it in Yerushalayim because it's tummy. You're allowed to redeem it. Shenemar ve'isama sois ne'esponov. How do you see the Lashon Metzia is Lashon of food? It says the El Belkeach b'kesef ma'is Hashem. El Belkeach b'kesef ma'is Hashem. Talk about that he brought the money ma'is Hashem and he purchased an item in Yerushalayim to eat it, and then it went out. One now understands you can't redeem it. Says more, why not? You couldn't. Why can't you redeem it at 9? I have a Mishnah. It's something that you bought with the money of Ma'aseh and it became Tomei. You bought it. You could redeem it. So, well, yeah, you're right. That's the sheet of Rabbanan, but it's a machlokes. Rabbi disagrees. Don't buy cover. He says you have to bury it. According to Rabbi, why it says when it went to Yerushalayim and it went out. Forget about going out. When it went to Yerushalayim, it became Tomei. There's nothing it can do with it. Instead, burying it. Says the Gemara, hello. Now, Tosfos says you could have asked this question even according to Rabbanan. Because the Gemara says according to Rabbanan, you can report it even in Yerushalayim. So why does the Brisa say go Yerushalayim, go out? It doesn't work really according to both answers. So it's really Torah. My yatzah did not full mechitzois. What happened over here is you have Ma'aseh Sheni. The Ma'aseh Sheni went into Yerushalayim. And then the Chaymas of Yerushalayim, the walls of Yerushalayim fell. You don't have the walls of Yerushalayim anymore. There was a destruction of Beis HaMikdash. So, therefore what? Now I can't eat it. So I have to redeem it. So the in other words, to come and eat it, you need to have mechitzas. But mechitzas likloik derabbanan, right? As that says Rashi, mechitzas lechol deraiso derabbanan, mechitzas shenimra b'toiro, lo huskero ela lechol b'toichot. Torah requires you to have a mechitzah. Shamu amishta mechitzas kol tos oiso milif tos ois im yoto derabbanan. Meaning, what are you saying over here? You're saying it's bottom right because you can't redeem it. Why can't you redeem it? Once it came into Yerushalayim, it's not redeeming. You can't redeem it anymore if it's stolen. So, right? Maybe this is a sentence we missed. The one before said, once it goes to Yerushalayim, you can't redeem it. So the more no, but if it's stolen, you could redeem it. So now the more says it's stolen, therefore you can't redeem it. So that's more when you talk about the Mechitz Yerushalayim fell. So when the Mechitz Yerushalayim fell, why can't you redeem it? The only reason you can't redeem it is only the Rabbanan. And therefore what? The Chigoz Rabbanan ki yidnu mechitzas, ki leisu mechitzas legoz Rabbanan. Rabbanan goes there only when there's mechitzas. When there's no mechitzas, Rabbanan not goes. That's what we understand. We slow. So well, no, that's not true. Like Paul, Rabbanan b'yidnu mechitzas ben leisu mechitzas. Rabbanan not mechal. Rabbanan said Yerushalayim. Once something goes to Yerushalayim, you're now allowed to redeem it. I don't care if there is mechitzas. There isn't mechitzas. We're now mechalik. You can't redeem it. So that's why you have to come to another way of bitul b'rev. This whole thing is one big sentence. Therefore, that also answers our original question regarding Chizkiah. Ma'aseh Sheni b'shalei pruto. Doesn't have shalei pruto. And it's not the end of the story. What happened was less than shalei pruto. Shenichlas Yerushalayim v'yotza. When Yerushalayim, the way Yerushalayim went out. So now, what do you do with it? It's less than pruto. The way Yerushalayim went out, I can't redeem it. I have to do bitul b'rev. Why can't you bring it back and eat it there? You went out of Yerushalayim, bring it back to Yerushalayim. So the word the naful mechitzos, the walls of Yerushalayim fell. V'nifrike, go redeem it. Right? Go redeem it. V'omar, rov mechitza lechol deraiso. What do you tell me? Because when Yerushalayim can't redeem it? V'omar, rov mechitza lechol deraiso, only to eat it's deraiso. Mechitza likol derabbanon. So I can still redeem it like Chizkiah. I can use all the Ma'aseh Sheni money to redeem it. So the more goes Rabbanon, keep doing mechitzas because mechitzas like goes Rabbanon. That's what one says. Misvar, the same idea as before. It says the word like Paul Rabbanon, Rabbanon not mechalik, and you never could do it. So therefore, what's the answer? Chizkiah. Chizkiah said you could always redeem it in the previous Ma'aseh Sheni. So here is different. Here it went into Yerushalayim. You can't redeem it anymore. That's why I do bitul b'rev. Yachi ma'ir yibushay pruto. I feel the yesh b'nami. So what do you have to get the case less than pruto? Even when there's a pruto. Lo yibai kama. Lo yibai yesh boy the kol to li mechitzos. No, you buy it if there is pruto that the mechitzas catch it. Maybe the din in mechitzas is only when you have a pruto and not less. Kamashwan, that's the chiddush. Even less than a pruto is once it goes into Yerushalayim, you have a din. You can't take it out of Yerushalayim and you cannot redeem it. I mean, in other words, the shem kol to mechitzas works even less than a pruto. That's the chiddush over here. That's like when I answers Chizkiyo. If less than a pruto, went into Yerushalayim, went out of Yerushalayim. And here comes the discussion, interesting discussion of the Rishonim. Do you need the pruto to go out of Yerushalayim? Comes says Rashi, no. It doesn't mean literally went out of Yerushalayim. It is in Yerushalayim, and the mechitzas fell. The walls fell, so the wall fell. You can eat it. You can't eat it anymore because you don't actually need to have out of Yerushalayim. But the Rambam learns that we're talking about they went out of Yerushalayim. So explain the Achronim, what's shot of the Rambam? Because the Rambam learns the Kedusha Rishayim Kitchel Shaisa Kitchel Asalovim. And the Kedusha Yerushalayim remains even with no walls. So if I'm in Yerushalayim with no walls, just eat Meis Hashem over there. So that's why it says it went out. But that's still not understood. So what if it went out? Bring it back in. So here the Achronim come with the Chiddush and they say, even though according to the Rambam there's a Kedusha in Yerushalayim, but the chiyuv to bring it to Yerushalayim is only when you have chayvus. When you have walls, you have an obligation to bring Meis Hashem to Yerushalayim. You don't have walls, you don't have an obligation to bring it. You can eat it in Yerushalayim if you want to, but you don't have to bring it. So here, when it was in Yerushalayim and it went out, so now you can't redeem it with the Rabbanon, but you don't have to bring it back in. So therefore, now you have to come to another solution. Okay. Says the Gemara, Torah 1. In Goyal Yikal Yishu in Maisrei. So it says if someone redeems his Maisrei, Mi Maisrei the loy kol Maisrei. Not every Maisrei can redeem. What do you come to exclude? Problem is shein shein b'shor pruto. If it's less than a pruto, so then that's the limud that you don't redeem if it's less than a pruto. So now the Gemara brings two shittas. Ibna. Rav Avi Omar ein boy, meaning it doesn't have a pruto. Rav Asi Omar ein b'chusha, even if it does have a pruto, but it's not worth 4 prutos. As we're going to see later in the daf, starting the end of this basically we're going to learn tomorrow's daf, we're going how do you chesh ben a chomish. Rashi is going like we're going to paskin that the chomish is a 25%, meaning chomish milabar, which means you add a quarter on what you have right now. That quarter is the new fifth. So if this Ma'aseh is worth less than 4, so its chomish is less than a pruto. So then you don't have to redeem it. Then you can't redeem it. Shem right? Even Ralami Oma Ein Boy, Vasio Ein Bechum Shoy, doesn't have on the 5th. Rabbi Yochanan Ein Boy, Rishon Lokshom Ein Bechum Shoy. And again, that's what we mentioned the Ravid before. According to the Ravid, you don't need to redeem it. According to the other Rishon, you need to redeem it. I mean, you need to bring it to Yerushalayim, but you can't redeem it. And maybe just to add to more. There's more. The discussion is, if I can't do the Chomish, do I redeem it on Pruto without a Chomish? Or I don't redeem it at all? The whole day in the Chumsh. Someone may say, brings a question. I say, Shein Shein B'She Pruto. Yeah, my Shein doesn't have a Pruto. Da Yoisher Ma'hu B'Chumsher Mechulol Mois V'Shoinos. Right, remember Chizkiyo. Doesn't share Pruto, you add it to the previous money. Even though it doesn't have a Pruto. But because the Chomish doesn't have a Pruto, so you just add it to the original money. That's what Dayoy means. Enough, even though maybe I do have a solution. The outcome of the day is fair because at least in itself it has a solution. It doesn't have a chomish, add to the original money. My Dayoy, the word Dayoy doesn't sound right. Dayoy, enough for it, I mean, I don't have your pruto. I don't really have what to do with it. So it's the only solution I have. I'm sure you have a pruto, I could redeem it. You tell me don't redeem it because the chomish doesn't have a pruto, add it to the original money. But here, if I don't have a chomish itself, the word dayoy is not correct. So the Gemara Kasha, you're right. It's very hard to understand that lashon. Before we end, just to mention over here that we have a problem with the Rambam because the Rambam he holds that's what he says. On the other hand, he said that Ma'aseh Sheni, when it goes into Yerushalayim, if not from mechitzos, and it goes into Yerushalayim and out, so then you don't have to bring it in. So the shaila is, how do you understand the Rambam? The Rambam holds the Dushu Shei Kitcha Shei Kitcha Asid. So why is Nafal Mechitzas different? So we just mentioned before that some of the Achronim learn that there's no obligation to bring it to Yerushalayim if there's no actual Mechitzas. The Achronim have other answers to say it. There's an interesting Mishnah Melech points out that if you look at the Rambam, the answer is Pashut. And all the Achronim say, I don't understand what the Mishnah Melech says, why the answer is Pashut. So I want to just end with this question of steer in the Rambam. The Pashtus, when you learn the Sugya, when we're telling the Ma'aseh Sheni, if there's no Mechitzos, so then there's no Ma'aseh Sheni, it goes because you hold the Kedusha Rishayno, is gone once you don't have the walls. But if you hold the Kedusha Shei Kitchel Shaisa Kitchel Lavoi, so then you would say that even without Mechitzah you have the Yerushalayim. The problem is the Rambam takes both ends of the rope. And one end he says the Kedusha Shei Kitchel Shaisa Kitchel Lavoi, this Yerushalayim is now because of the Mechitzahs. And the other end he says the Mechitzahs change now from the Mechitzahs, you don't have to bring it to Yerushalayim, and that's what you have to understand how to answer this Rambam. The Seder Gomel will stop over here, continue from here in the next daf.